What's going on, man? I'm Scott Gaston. I'm from the mountains of Asheville, North Carolina, also known as the San Francisco of the Southeast. But recently moved to college, went to NC State in Raleigh, North Carolina. And just moving in there was a trip, man. It was crazy. Moving in process into the dorm rooms was a real, interesting experience, just meeting all these different people. I mean, granted, I've seen crazy different people from Asheville, but it would never, it would always surprise me with the new characters that would show up. For instance, just the dudes in my suite, in my room, we shared, probably a group of, with 10 in the common area. My roommate, for example, I mean, he was a great guy, he was, I guess, a manly man, he would like to consider himself one, would like to go and work out, drove a big truck and watch Sports Center, but, like, if you're ever too rough with him, too hard, he had a very soft side, almost sometimes going on homosexual, and you would call him out, and you'd be like, Justin, man, are you gay, dog? And he'd be like, no, man, I watch Sports Center, man, I work out, how can I be gay? How can I be gay? I watch Sports Center. Just covering behind his masculinity also. But no, I mean, I've been around gay people my whole life. It's been built into our culture. I mean, come on, think I remember as a little kid, Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Like, nobody stopped to wonder why there was 3 men in the tub, and it wasn't just, 3, normal homosexual, outcast or whatnot. No, these were 3 important men in the community. This was a butcher, a baker, and a candlestick maker. Who would have seen that coming? But I mean, there was other people in the dorm too. I remember meeting the Lumbee Indians. They're a group of Native Americans that live in Pembroke, North Carolina. And talking to them, they looked like, almost like they were mixed, black and white. And they dressed, with the urban attire. And so I thought, I'm going to get along great with these brothers, Got to talking to them, and just the accent behind them. Man, he's like, well, we're probably going bass fishing tonight. We're probably just going bass fishing. And I was like, wow, man, this is crazy. And so I asked the dude, Lance, I was like, what's your major? And he said, it's poetry. And I was like, weird, man. I never would have thought that thugged out Lumbee Indian would have a poetry degree. But it took me 2 months to realize that he'd been saying poultry the whole time. His major was poultry. He raised chickens for a living. But we have so many fun nights, and I love the people I'm around. I got a buddy of mine, Sproggs, and a lot of people would think that he's, the type of white dude that thinks he's black, if, someone described him as. But I got talking to him, and he cracks me up every time. The dude's talking, he's like, man, in North Carolina, it's illegal to give or receive oral sex. They caught me getting a 69 in the Food Line parking lot and gave me 2 charges. Man, no, that's retarded. I was at this party one time, and I saw this guy carrying a girl on his shoulders. Obviously had way too much to drink. She was obviously gotten sick that night, and he's halfway up the hill when I yelled, hey man, I paid for those roofies. And the dude did not turn around too happy. He turns around and looks at me, not funny, man, not funny. And I told the guy, I was like, man, what do you think I was going to do with your girl? You think I was going to rape her? No. I wanted to have surprise sex. Surprise her with a little bit of the stuff that she loves. No, man, I'll never mess around with roofies. I only kid about it, and it's horrible stuff. Because I'll be straight up with the girl. I mean, I'll challenge her to like a fun game. Girls love drinking games. Well, try this out for a try. Guess that body part? Does that work? Lure them into a dark room and challenge them to a game of that? Maybe not, man. But have you seen a commercial about Valtrex? Valtrex is this medicine for the treatment of genital herpes, and it says living with genital herpes can be a hassle. A hassle. A hassle is 5 o'clock traffic. A hassle is having to pick up the kids in the middle of the big game. Genital herpes is not a hassle, it is a lifestyle, it is a disease. And these people, they are in no sort of hassle. They're out rock climbing, riding bikes, riding horses. Riding horses? Are you kidding me? Are these things in danger? These bicycles, are they rentals? I'm not going to rent that after Joe Herpes has rubbed his crotch all over it. And the people from the commercial, the chick from the commercial hasn't gotten laid since she did the commercial. You see her at the bar, and they're like, Hey, that girl's cute. I'll buy her a drink. Oh, wait, no, you're a hassle. You're a hassle. No, but I want everybody to protect themselves, man. Use a condom. Go to the condom. They're everywhere. They give them out free half the places. And then not go to the gas station. But those always crack me up too, because there's 4 on the gas station dispenser. Always seems to be 4. And, you know, whenever it is, it starts out a little normal, then maybe moves to a basic flavor or even a glow in the dark. But the 4th wheel on the condom dispenser is always something they call the love kit. And I always wondered, you know, what exactly is this love kit? Because, you know, it's often surrounded by question marks and, you know, you're not really sure. Is it anal beads, anal lubes, anal? Could it be, you know, tropical sensations, confetti? I don't know, a blow-up doll? A lambskin condom. That's a joke right there. Lambskin condom? I mean, who would actually think that this is a valuable form of protection? Or maybe it's just for people that like to live life on the edge. You know, go a little adventuresome, risk it. I'll take the lambskin condom. Only half gets by. Man, but I love my family too. I love my family. And I went tubing the other day with my cousin Morgan. We went down in South Georgia. This is river tubing, so you're floating on the river. You got another tube right beside you for your cooler of beer, going down the river, pissing on yourself and telling stories the whole time. And this is down in South Georgia, in Folkestone. I mean, Folkestone is a small town. To put it in perspective, the Y2K party in Folkestone was at the county jail. The invitation said, bring your soap on a rope. It wasn't black tie, that was not an option. It's a very small town. But I got talking to him on the river. We were just floating down on our tubes. And he's telling me, he's like, Scott, man, well, you know why I got locked up, right? It was pot. It was pot. He says, shoot, yeah, man, I'm done. Shoot, yeah, it's been good. And I know you probably smoke a little pot, Scott. Smoke a little. Because you're from Asheville. You get some good weed, you get some chronic. Get some chronic. And, see, I don't get no chronic. I get some pretty good. Some pretty good. I'm like, Morgan, is that when you go to your dealer? Yes, can I get a quarter kilo of pretty good? Pretty good? You know, not really too good. Maybe a little below mediocre, probably subpar, a little dry stick stems, give it to me all. He got to talking to me about his Guns N' Roses tattoo that he got on his back. He's like, oh, well, Aunt Kish, his mother, Aunt Kish loves it. Aunt Kish loves it. No, she doesn't. It's a Guns N' Roses tattoo. He said, well, yeah, I mean, you may have a point, but, I mean, I was in the parlor, I saw him draw it out, and just looked at it and said, fuck it, stick it right here. Fuck it, stick it right here. Man, I mean, you know, he's a great guy. I mean, you know, he said he was going to college for a little bit. You know, major probably is poultry. There you go. I mean, but anyway, so we finally get done with the river. It's starting to rain. It's starting to, you know, just be rough weather. You don't want to be out on tube, you know, drunk with aluminum cans in the air with lightning coming down. So we hike it to the road. We hike it to the road. And well, there's 2 different companies selling tubes on this particular road for the river. And so, you know, we had bought these ones from, you know, say Al's tubes, and well, Al's bus doesn't seem to be coming back and forth to picking us up. But we see Tim's company is keep on coming down back and forth with loads of people. And so, you know, granted we did not buy the tubes from Tim. You know, I try to flag old Tim down and ask him for a ride, you know. Oh, hey, you know, pick us up, man, we need a ride, it's raining out here, Al's not coming, you know. And he says, you know, well, you know, I would love to pick you up, but I got to get my people first. And I understood Tim, but I looked him in the eye and I said, man, I just wish that we could live in the world where people are not judged by the color of their tube. And Tim felt me by heart. He's like, you know, I would like that, but you know, man, I just got to pick up my people first. They're paying customers. I got to pick up my people. And I say, Tim, aren't we all God's people? And I don't know if you have experienced Singular Wireless, but this is a joke of a cell phone coverage. I mean, they say Singular Wireless is raising the bar. Raising the bar? I feel like I'm playing limbo with these people. They're always lowering my bars. They said they got the best coverage. I could go out there with a saran wrap G-string and get better coverage than Singular Wireless provides. They say they have the fewest drop calls in you know, cell phone history. Well, if you cannot complete a call, how are you going to drop a call? Thank you. I've been Scott Gaston.